What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is 2022, a new year with a new video. It's been a while since I uploaded the last video, but you know what? You guys have been so supportive. We gained over 300 subscribers to this channel, which is incredible. I did not think we'd do that. So it's time for me to pump down and start putting out videos for you guys and content that you guys enjoy. This video is actually going to be about the keyboard that I'm using, my new 2022 gaming keyboard. I use this for work, leisure, anything else pretty much. This keyboard I love a lot. I can't see myself using anything different just because of how compact this keyboard is, but I do have new keycaps coming. Those are delayed a little bit because of production issues, but I'll keep you guys updated on social medias, what happens with those. For the time being, this video is about this keyboard, so let's get right into it. So if you haven't already seen it, in one of my last videos, I did create a budget build keyboard, and I've been using that as my main gaming and work keyboard for a while now, but the problem with that one is, it was a budget build. It was a cheap keyboard. It was cheap all around, plastic casing. The switches weren't right. It was clip-on stabilizers. It was just all around just a budget build. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't something that I think I can use for the long run. So I wanted to make a different keyboard of more quality. You know, screw-in stabs, higher quality switches, keycaps, aluminum case. Because I don't really have many aluminum cases or keyboard cases. So this one I wanted to do differently. And if you guys didn't already know based on the previous videos, I like smaller keyboards, more compact, around 60 to 65%. I do have a 40% keyboard coming in from Trashman Universe. Whenever that comes in, I'll keep you guys updated as well. I do like around 60 to 65 just because that smaller form factor is really good for gaming. It basically has all the keys I need outside of a bigger keyboard, a full-size keyboard. Those are probably better for work. But for my needs, I really like something small and compact on my desk. All right, so let's get right into the build. So the parts for this build were sourced from 3 different websites. The first being, and the majority of the keyboard being, from KBD Fans. We all know and love KBD Fans. They have a lot of accessories and a lot of keyboard parts. And I got most of these parts during their holiday sale. So a lot of the parts on here are actually on sale for 50% off. So I got really lucky and saved a lot of money there. The next part would be Glorious and the switches. These are Lynx linear switches, and they're probably my favorite switches currently until I try something else. They're very, very nice, and the color's pretty cool too. They're blue and white, but I really like them, and they fit really well in this build since I'm using it for gaming. And then next is the keycaps. The keycaps are from epomaker.com. Epomaker is kind of like a knockoff set, so it's not really anything special. These are XDA profile, PBT, plastic, but the reason why I got this specific set is because the design is really, really cool. I like the colors. It made the keyboard pop with the black casing. So I was just attracted to the set in general, and I think it fits well with the overall design. But naturally, before we get into specifics of each part and their cost, I'm gonna hit you guys up with some building B-roll. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of the parts that I mentioned in this build, I'll leave a link below in the comments so you guys can check it out whenever you want. And speaking of parts, let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into the specific parts that I use for this exact build. So first and foremost, let's get with the stabilizers. So like I mentioned before, The majority of the parts that I used for this keyboard were from or were sourced from KBD Fans. So these are naturally KBD Fans die box PC screw and stabilizers. Like I mentioned before, screw and stabilizers are something I prefer over clip-ons because they're more sturdier. But like I mentioned before, there was a huge sale during the holidays, so I was able to get this at $7.78, and it's priced right now at $19. So big freaking sale right there. And next on the list, we have the plate mount, and the plate specifically that I use is a 6% PC material plate from KBD. Again, this is polycarbonate, just because I wanted that different sound that polycarbonate gives. I do like it over aluminum. And if you haven't heard the different sounds that each plate gives, I highly recommend you guys check out a video on YouTube. They go through each different plates that you can find on the market today, and they do give really distinct sounds, so definitely wear headphones when you check them out. And also we'll be doing a sound test later on at the end of this video, so be sure to check that out if you want to hear what polycarbonate sounds on linear switches. So again, because of the holiday sale, I was able to get these at around $18.59. That's about less, or about 41 cents off, which is not too bad. Right now they're currently priced at $19. Moving on to the next part on the list, this is the KBD Fan 5 degrees 60% keyboard aluminum case, and this is black. They do have different colors, but the thing is that they are sold out on everything except gray, silver, and chocolate. I was able to get this again because of the holiday sale. I was able to get this for $57.75, which is about, saves me $1.25, which isn't crazy, but it's a sale's a sale. I do like this one specifically. The 5 degree really gives it a different aesthetic and different feel instead of just a straight kind of boxy feel or look that you would get from the normal regular 60% keyboard. It doesn't edge out too much, so it's not a hindrance on any type of like border. I do like it. Again, it's all aesthetic, and it gives it a different type of look. So if you don't like that, you can go with the boxy ones, but like I said, I prefer this, and it looks really good overall on the keyboard. And last but not least for this order is the PCB. So I decided to go with the DZ60 RGB V2 hot swappable custom keyboard PCB. They do have a V1, but the V1 has a different layout, and I don't think it has RGB in it. I could be wrong, but V2, I decided to go with that most specifically because of the layout itself. So 60% keyboards don't normally have arrow keys, right? They're normally just straight. They avoid the arrow keys, and arrow keys are within their function layouts, right? This one has arrow keys, and I really wanted a compact 60% keyboard with arrow keys, so I found this and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. So I went to go ahead and purchased it right away. I did not get any foam for the case or the PCB itself. I do regret that, and I am ordering foam for this right now just to dampen the noise a little bit more, because you'll notice when we do the sound test, you'll hear a little bit more of an echo when I type because of the aluminum casing, and there's no padding or no other noise suppression within the case itself. So that's set aside. Maybe I'll do a video on Instagram or whatnot, just upload that. It does have RGB, and most importantly, it is hot swappable. Oh my god, the amount of time that I saved buying this keyboard is incredible. If you can get a PCB with hot swappable already soldered onto the board itself, do it, because you'll save yourself a lot of time, not to mention the type of equipment that you need to solder if you haven't done so already or purchased that. So definitely recommend it. The pricing for this is $55. Like I said, again, on sale, so I got it at $53.83, which is saved me about $1.17. Not too bad again, but sales is a sale. I did forget to mention two things about this PCB. One, that it is USB Type-C, which is super awesome because USB Type-C is the future. I'm so tired of USB micro, mini, whatever that you want to call it, just stick to USB-C. So that's another plus. The also plus is that it uses a software called VIA or VIA. It is super nifty. It is probably one of the most straightforward softwares you can get out there that is for custom keyboards like this. So that's a huge plus in my book. So like I mentioned before, the switches that I use for this build are the Glorious Lynx mechanical switches. Glorious is quickly becoming one of my favorite companies for all things keyboard, actually, because of their high quality, their customer service, and then just that they listen to the community, and they really try to build upon what they already have set. Again, I went for the Lynx mechanical linear switches. They're very nice. You can get them in packs of 36, lubed or unlubed. I recommend you get them unlubed just because you have quality control over the amount of lube you can put on each switch, as opposed to having something pre-lubed. I've heard of tons of horror stories of pre-lubed switches, so recommend unlubed and do it yourself. Take the time to do it. It's not that bad, honestly. But you can get these for $25, which isn't bad. Like I said, get about 2 or 3 packs just to cover yourself in case you have a faulty switch, or you need something for a bigger keyboard than at 60%. And last but not least, we have the EpoMaker Dawn keycaps that you can get from epomaker.com. These are XDA profiles. They come in a set of 127 keycaps, which is really nice. You can mix and match whatever. They're high quality PBT material, and you can get them for around $36 on their website. Now that you know the pricing for each individual part, let's go ahead and add that all together for a grand total. And this is pretty expensive because it's a high quality keyboard. Comes out to $260. For my sake, the switches I didn't add on to the cost just because I bought these switches a long time ago for a different build that I never got around to doing. But if you're gonna follow my footsteps, then it's gonna be $260. Now keep in mind, like I said, this is a high quality keyboard, so you're gonna be prepared to spend that much money because it is custom parts that you're buying from different vendors and whatnot. So it just is what it is unless you can find it on sale. But also keep in mind, there are tons of different builds that you guys can do out there for much cheaper and much less that can be just as high quality as this, you know what I mean? So $260 is a lot of money, but there's tons of videos out there, and I even have videos out there of smaller builds that are lesser and honestly really, really cool builds. So this is just a high quality build. But honestly, what kind of YouTuber would I be if I didn't leave you guys with a sound test of this actual build? So thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, comment on the video below, and also subscribe. So enjoy the rest of the video. Hope your ears, put your headphones on, you know what I mean? Just listen.